Alright, what's good, IG? My bad. This video is gonna be about why you should make sure you maintain balance whenever you're trying to work out. Now, balance. When I say balance, I'm meaning that first off, your body is like there's two sides to everything. Let's put it like that. All right, your arms have the bicep, you know what I'm saying, and the tricep. You know what I'm saying? You have the chest and you have the back. You got the quads in the front, the hamstrings in the back. You get what I'm saying? So you got your abdominals in the front, and you have your spinal erectors in the back, aka your lower back. So, you know, all that being said, you got to make sure that every time you train one muscle, you better make sure you train the opposite muscle. They call it the antagonist muscle. Basically, just means the opposite muscle. So, like I said, biceps in the front, triceps in the back. If you neglect one muscle without training, if you train one muscle and neglect the opposite, it just, your physique just doesn't really look complete. You get what I'm saying? Like, imagine having a huge chest and then your back is just has no thickness to it. You get what I'm saying? Or you have a huge biceps and then no triceps, or you have huge quads and you know, no hamstrings. One big reason why that's bad, like I said, is that it makes your physique not look complete. I don't know about you, but if you had a picture in your head of how you want it to look in the gym, it's a complete physique with every muscle developed. You get what I'm saying? So you don't want to be just focusing on the muscles you like to do or focusing on the muscles you think are going to make you look better or whatever. Like, you only look good when every muscle is developed. You get what I'm saying? If you have one muscle that's like, or a few muscles that are just lagging, I mean, you'll still look decent. You just won't look as good as you could possibly look. You get what I'm saying? Another thing is that that shit will low-key get you injured at some point in the future. Like, if you are squatting all the time, right, and you have weak-ass hamstrings, you understand that the quads, which is the front of your leg, the quads really get engaged whenever you're standing up from the squat. But when you go down, that shit is all hamstrings and glutes, or mostly hamstrings and glutes. You get what I'm saying? And a little bit of hip flexor and all of that. So it's the opposite muscles that are getting engaged whenever you're going down on the squat. But most people train squat for their thighs, you know, their quads. But if you don't train your hamstrings and you go to that bottom, if you have heavy enough weight and you go in that bottom portion of the squat, you're likely to get injured. You could tear your hamstring, tear whatever. A lot of people get hamstring tears from the bottom half of the squat because they have weak hamstrings, or their quads overpower their hamstrings. You get what I'm saying? And same thing with their glutes. Their glutes don't activate like how they're supposed to. So when they go down, they're likely to get injured. You get what I'm saying? Same thing with when you're trying to train the front part of your chest and then your back and all that. Really, your chest and your rear delts and your shoulders and all that. Your shoulders have three heads. You know what I'm saying? They have the front, they have the middle, and then they have the rear, the back head, right? So every time you do a lot of pressing, like a lot of bench pressing, a lot of overhead pressing, you're training a lot of the front and the middle part of the deltoid, which is your shoulder. Front and middle part of the deltoid. But the back, the rear delt, is not getting hit the way it's supposed to be getting hit. So what's liable to happen is that you get this forward arching posture. Because what happens is your muscles they're kind of always flexed. Like, when you start working out and you develop a muscle, your muscles are kind of always like 5% flexed, if that makes sense. That's what makes you look ripped and makes you look sculptured and all that. It's because it's always 5% flexed. It's not actually 5%. I'm just making that up, but it's always partially flexed. So, you know what I'm saying? If you keep training your chest and then this part keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter and more flexed, you eventually start coming forward like this because you don't have tightness in the back to really keep you upright like this, because there's no balance. You get what I'm saying? The front is overpowering the back, so you get this hunchback posture. And that, one, I don't think it looks that good, one. And two, it's like you could get a whole bunch of tightnesses whenever you try to do a compound lift. So if you're forward like this, if you try to do an overhead press, you're not going to get the full range of motion because you're tight. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be hard to really brace yourself on a bench. Like, on a bench, you're supposed to pinch your back, pinch your shoulder blades back, and then lower the weight. You get what I'm saying? But you're not going to be able to do that as good if the front is overpowering the rear delts, too much. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be harder to do that. So if you're tight in the wrong places, it's hard for you to stay tight in a compound lift in general. You get what I'm saying? Because some parts are too tight and other parts aren't tight enough. Your body has to work as a whole unit. You get what I'm saying? Everything has to come together to really make the compound lift work the way it's supposed to. So, like I said, make sure you train. Don't train your chest and neglect your back. Don't train the front part of your shoulders and forget the rear part of your shoulders. Don't train your quads without training your hamstrings. Don't train. I think I got everything right. So don't curl without push downs, tricep push downs. You know what I'm saying? Don't press without doing some, face pulls or some type of rows, and don't squat without doing some type of hamstring curls or Nordic curls, whatever you want to do. So hope that video helps y'all. Follow me on IG, and I'll see y'all around. Peace.